Hi everybody, welcome to today's 11:11 a.m. How are you all going? How are you all going? What a time to be alive, eh? What is going to happen? I mean, I've already discussed the astrology of what's going on right now. And I'll just say it again. Basically, we're in eclipse season now. We've got Venus retrograde about to end. We've got Mercury retrograde about to start. We've just had the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. We are soon to have the new moon eclipse in the sign of Cancer, aka Moonchild. And it's a lot, isn't it? There's so much going on and yet so much not going on. I've just done my chanting. For anybody who would like to join us, the link is on my events page on Facebook, and tomorrow I'm talking about a retreat that's going on in India online that I'm going to be attending as a student. I'm going to be learning about yantras. So we're doing that at the same link as normal at 10:15 a.m. tomorrow instead of 10:30, and then 10:30 we'll do our normal chanting. I mean, you know, what's going on, eh? You know, like, I'm worried about a lot of things right now, and I just looked up the stars to see what the heck's going on, why I'm feeling so anxious. But I think, you know, we've been talking about the Black Lives Matter situation, which is so important, and I think is actually making changes in the world. I do. I really think I actually think this is going to be a thing that's going to be a turning point from this period. I'm also very worried about all the protesters and the virus and what happened there. I mean, obviously, you know, people are saying the protests were worth it. If it spreads the virus again, it was worth it. And honestly, I kind of tend to agree. But I'm very worried about the vulnerable people, including a beautiful friend of mine who's currently getting chemotherapy to treat she's got cancer. And, you know, like someone like her who's been completely shielded. I'm not saying that people shouldn't have protested. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. But I am saying that people who protested, good on you for being brave enough to go out and protest. But now I think you know, be careful to self-isolate a bit, because we don't know what the situation was. And I'm really mindful of the fact we're in eclipse season. And we've got another Jupiter-Pluto conjunction at the end of this month. And this whole thing kicked off with Jupiter-Pluto. And hopefully we'll end with Jupiter-Pluto in December. You know, but we're being told by my son's school that they may not even go back in September, which is the start of the new year in the UK and the States, unlike Australia where they start in January. You know, and I'm worried about the people who are being shielded. I'm worried about the people who are a bit older, who have underlying conditions, and you know, I'm worried about this virus not going away as fast as it could. I'm worried about a second wave, and I'm also worried about the kids. You know, like they need to get out. They need to do stuff like kids do. So if you feel you are in any way compromised, you know, if you've been protesting, we thank you for your service, literally. Like, thank you for getting out there and being the voice. But also, please now consider self-isolating for 2 weeks. If you think, you know, I don't know. It's not my place to say that in a way, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what Janet's saying. Yes, I'm worried about the protesters and the virus, and the infection rate will go up again. Exactly. You know, and I think people needed to protest. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to be smart now. I think the governments are rushing to open everything because they're worried about the economy. Again, I understand that. So much to worry about right now. So let's do a chant to surrender it to the divine. I'm going to do a card. I'm going to tell you about the masterclass. What else are we going to do? Yeah, New Zealand have had 0 cases. I know, we all need to move to New Zealand. But New Zealand probably doesn't want us. I'm sure New Zealand doesn't want us. Yeah, there's no judgment here, okay? Let's not go anything towards judging anyone for anything. Let's just say if you think you may have been exposed, please self-isolate, and please tell your friends, please self-isolate, because the Black Lives Matter cause is probably the most important thing in the world right now, apart from maybe the health of the whole entire planet, you know, and that includes everybody. Everybody's vulnerable to this virus, and we need to get rid of it. All right, well, that's a cheery way to start the week, isn't it? Anyway, so let me just say, before we chant, I did look up the chart just before I started this Facebook Live today, because I thought, why am I so tense? Why am I so anxious? Because I'm really feeling anxious about a whole lot of things today. And probably quite unnecessarily. Like, I've already had one thing I was really anxious about today, and it's already been proved to have been worrying about nothing. You know, and I'm always saying don't worry, because it's just thinking about what you don't want and attracting it. So I looked up the chart, and what it is the moon's in Capricorn, which is fine, but it's literally about to hit the stellium of planets, or the lineup of planets that's in Capricorn, which includes Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto. Okay, so it's going to be an emotional time for the next few days, as if you think of the moon as like a trigger, and as it goes across planets like Pluto, we get intense emotions. Like, that's what we get. But it's also a time for an emotional clear out. It's also a time to do what we're about to do, which is surrender to the divine. Then we'll get the moon on Saturn, which will be, you know, like fear. And then we're going to get Jupiter, moon Jupiter, and that's going to be much better. So it's really a time to kind of live consciously. That's all I'm going to say. I've actually signed up for this thing. It cost me $1. It's this woman. I actually can't remember, but if you look on Facebook, I think it might be called My Yoga Flow or something like that, and it's $1, and she's doing 7 days of yoga for $1, and it's one chakra a day. So you start by working on your base chakra, then we move up to the sacral chakra, then the solar plexus chakra, all the way up through the chakras. And I was thinking I should encourage people to join it with me, because we can all do it together. But I think I don't think I can. I think it's too late, because now I've signed up. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But let's all do it. Try and find it. If you can't find it, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and find the link, and you can all do it. Like I said, it's $1. I don't know this person. She's Austrian, random person on the internet, but I think it'd be really good to work on the chakras for 7 days, especially because we're in the eclipse season and we're in the waning cycle of the moon. It's just a lot at the moment. So if you have something in your life that you would like to surrender to the divine, I invite you now to call it into your heart, okay? What do you want to just surrender to the universe, and just say, you know what, universe, I can't deal with this. I'm giving it to you. Can you please look after it for me? Will you please take care of it for me? So you can either say it out loud, or put it in the comments, or write it down on a piece of paper. Put your hands on your heart and think what it is. I surrender this to you, divine. Divine, beloved, beloved, divine, I surrender this to you. Whatever's for my highest good, I ask that it may come to pass. So now I'm going to do the chant. Om Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine. I surrender to the Divine Mother. Here we go. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo I literally feel my shoulders dropping as I do that, as the stress comes out of my body. Sal says, as a Hindu, I think it's amazing hearing you using our chants. You know, the thing is, Sal, I only know about half the stuff I know about because of going to this particular Hindu temple in India for the past 14 years. And yeah, Sal says you can even say Narayana. So Narayana is the masculine and Narayani is the feminine. And for whatever reason, I've always been really drawn to the divine feminine and to the sacred mother, to the divine mother. And so I go on the tradition that says Om Namo Narayani, which means I surrender to the divine mother. Because what do mothers do? They take care of their children. I just feel a really strong connection with Goddess, you know, and the main goddesses I know about are the ones that they sort of celebrate at the temple that I go to in India, which is Saraswati, Lakshmi and Durga. And but I'm also interested in all goddesses. In fact, today we're going to be doing a goddess card, and I am writing up my proposal for Hay House to do my own goddess cards using the moon. And yeah, that's just me. And I think it's a lot of the people here. And I think it's the time of the feminine, you know. It really is the time of the feminine. Before we do a card, I'm just going to tell you, if you haven't signed up yet, I'm extremely excited because literally thousands of people have opted in to find out more. Have I got my thing? No, I haven't got it. But in a couple of weeks, my new diary is coming out. I'm just looking to see where I've got a copy of it, but not here. My new diary for 2021 is coming out. Now, let me just say, if you've already bought the diary and now you're saying, oh, she's doing this masterclass and I didn't know about it, don't worry. If you must have bought it online if you've bought it already, because it's not available in bookshops yet, and bookshops are all closed anyway. And so when you bought it, you will have had an email if it was Amazon or Barnes & Noble or whoever. So all you need is the transaction number. And that's how you register for the masterclass. I'm going to do, so it's a new moon manifesting masterclass. And we're going to be talking about how to harness the new moon eclipse, which is coming on June 21 at the time of the solstice, but that doesn't actually have any meaning astrologically, just by the way. We're going to be talking about manifesting and conscious creation and conscious manifesting, and it's such an amazing subject. And you know, like, we start off by wanting to manifest homes and cars and, you know, boyfriends and all that, and then eventually, once you start to see what a powerful manifester you can be, we start to manifest on a higher plane. And I'm going to be talking about how to manifest, you know, from a new job to a new spiritual path. So it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. We've already got literally thousands of people signed up for it. The link is on Facebook. It's in the description. You just go there. At the moment, we don't quite have the pages up because there are bonuses. You're going to get bonuses like, you're going to get a special Sanskrit chant. You're going to get a thing where I will show you, I don't know if you can see that. I will show you, hang on, let me see if I can find a better page to show you. I'm going to show you how to plot out every new moon in your chart for the rest of the year. So you can actually understand where in your chart each new moon is taking place and what it means. I'm also going to give you an edited version of the dark moon ceremony I did recently, because I think it's going to really help people to do that just before the eclipse. And it's free if you'd like to be in it. The only thing you need, I say it's free for everybody who buys a copy, pre-orders a copy of my Moonology diary for 2021. So what you do right now, the only thing you can do right now is click the link, which is moonmessages.com, and I think it's / June new moon. But it's on Facebook, there's a link. On Instagram, I think it's moonmessages.com / June new moon. On Facebook, there's a link for the masterclass. And right now, what you do is you go and you just say, yes, I want to find out about it. But in the meantime, please buy the diary so you've got it ready. And then as soon as we have all the pages live, all the bonuses live, we'll send you an email, we'll send you the bonuses, and the masterclass will take place on June 21. And you know, if it so happens you can't make it because you're working or it's the wrong time zone, everybody will get a replay. Okay, so it's going to be really great fun. I can't wait. People are saying, oh, someone's saying, can't find my invoice, pre-ordered. Just remember who you ordered it from. Like if it was Amazon, just do a search in your emails, Amazon Moonology 2021, and the email will come up, and then you just get your transaction number, and when the page goes live, you just paste it in there. Can we not access it as members of the Sun, Moon and Stars Club? Yes, you can, but it is for people who buy the diary, Jackie. I know, I understand what you're saying, like, shouldn't you be allowed to? I've made it for people who buy the diary now. There are things that you get in the Sun, Moon and Stars Club for free that other people pay for, but in this case, it is for people who buy the diary because that's how I've done it. Now I feel really bad, Jackie, but sorry, that's how I've set it up. I will put something new in the Sun, Moon and Stars Club just for you, Jackie, to say thank you. Someone says, I pre-ordered 4 copies in Dutch. In a Dutch bookstore. Okay. So if you've ordered it in a bookstore, I'm not sure what we're going to do there. I think we might do something where you just, oh gosh, I don't know what to do there. Can you email me, support@yasminboland.com, please, Insta Social Connector, and let's try and work out a way to do it for people who've, let's work out a thing for people who do that. Thank you, Sally. Sally says, I hope you feel less anxious soon. Yeah, I do too. I'm feeling really anxious. Is anybody else feeling anxious? Susanna says, Amazon, you can find the number on your past orders. Kaz says, don't feel bad. It's a great incentive to buy the 2021 diary. Exactly. And that's, you know, I do want people to get the diary, and it's sold out 2 years in a row. So it is a good way to guarantee that you actually get the diary. Adele says, you must have a receipt number from bookstores. Yeah, I mean, if you've ordered it online, they would still give you a receipt number. It's just a matter of how to standardize that. Probably could just take a photo or something. Yes, Elisa's anxious. Janice is anxious. Karen Shanahan is feeling great. Yay! Naz Khan is feeling angry. Right. Ryan ordered over the phone at Dimmicks. Oh my goodness. So I don't really know what to do with those situations. Just if you have a special situation like that, just email me, and I'm sure they'll send everybody a receipt if you've ordered something. Jackie says, thanks for answering. No worries. You do lots of free stuff. Oh, thank you. Good, because I was going to have anxiety about that as well. No, because with the Sun, Moon and Stars Club, which is the new members portal, I want to give everyone amazing, amazing value, and I don't, you know, and I understand. Okay, I'm going to answer the rest of the questions later. So let us do a card. Now, I think I'm going to ask for a card of what we need to know today, because as I can't, LBL4747 says on Instagram, very anxious and unsettled. I think a lot of us are feeling rather anxious and unsettled. So a lot of people saying I've ordered it from a bookstore and I don't have a receipt. Email support@yasminboland.com. We will try and work out how we're going to do it. It's got to be fair to everybody. It has to be proof of purchase. So I don't know what to say about that, but we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Oh, it's all so tense, isn't it? All right, here's our card. Here's our card for the day. Oh. as the moon goes through Capricorn and triggers Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter, there are going to be some intense feelings to deal with. And all I can say is the best thing to do is meditate, meditate, meditate. Beautiful card. Now, this is like a special message for me in a way. I don't know if you relate to Kuan Yin, but Kuan Yin's one of my really big goddesses. And along with Saraswati, Durga and Lakshmi. And this card says, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the light and love that is within everybody. And I feel better just reading that. Let's just look at the, have I got the, oh no, I don't think, oh yeah, no I do, here it is. Let's see what the book says. It's like therapy on here some days, isn't it? It's like therapy for me, therapy for you, therapy for everybody. Oh, Val says, thank Andre from support. He's amazing. Yes, he's amazing. Andre is amazing. Lula got this card this morning. Here we go. Okay. Gentleness is the strength behind true power, and it comes from feeding yourself with nourishing words, thoughts, deeds, intentions, and all forms of food. Good food. Shield yourself from harshness by placing an intention to attract only kind and gentle life lessons and relationships. So let's just do that right now. Let's set the intention to attract only kind and gentle life lessons and relationships. So hands over your heart chakra and repeat after me silently or out loud. I hereby set the intention to attract only gentle life lessons and relationships. So be it. Transform harshness into gentleness by refusing to see anything but the shining light that's within each person and situation. That sounds nice, doesn't it? This intention begins with your relationship with yourself. Be very gentle with yourself in all ways. Be happy, kind, sweet, but most of all, be true to you. So there you go. So I think it's about being compassionate with ourselves and just being gentle and soft and loving. So there we are. Catherine says, love this group therapy. Yes, me too. Honestly, I think I don't know what would have happened to me had I not been doing these talks every day. So that's it for today. Lots to think about. And remember, the moon is in Capricorn and about to trigger Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. So it's a time to be really mindful of your emotions, to deal with them, to process them, and let's all support each other and be kind to each other. All right. I will. Oh, tomorrow I'm playing out the Alana Fairchild interview. So if you want to see that, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm sending you lots of love wherever you are in the world.